What's going on, and welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. We have had a very long day today, so what we're going to do is kind of just wind down and play with this little masterpiece here. We've got a minor goblin poison control deck, and we're kind of relying on the Inferno Tower to defend against the big tanks that come against us, so we definitely want to be careful with the expenditure of our elixir so that we have enough to kind of play some heavy defense. Now, I'm going to give myself a quest tonight and say I want to at least beat a Lava Hound deck if it comes against us. With this specific deck, I have just been getting crushed by the Lava Hound, and I think it's because I'm not playing it correctly, but we'll figure it out. If a Lava Hound comes against us, that is going to be the win. If we can win against a Lava Hound deck, I'll be super happy. I've had some really great games against the Royal Giant. It's a nice shutdown being able to Inferno Tower an Ice Spirit. If they zap the Inferno Tower, you can Skeleton Army. There are a lot of options. Then again, the air is really weak. And so when they play Royal Giant minions, again, I kind of struggle with that. I need to get good placement on the Ice Spirit goblins at that point to be able to counteract different things like that. So still learning the deck. Hopefully we can learn it together. Let's open this up first here. We got some gold cannons, ice golems, ooh, tombstones, ooh, a lightning. Telling ya. Don't get a lot of those new cards from these chests. Alright, check out this game against the lane that we recently, just a few minutes ago, played here. Had a lot of fun. Didn't really think I was going to win this one. But he's going to go ahead and just kind of hold off, wait for us. So we're going to throw the Goblin Barrel. And he throws the Witch down instead of zapping, which I think is kind of strange. This is my first time rewatching it, so I didn't know he had Zap and Log in his hand. So that's very odd. Then he doesn't really have a great counter push coming here, and he's wasting a lot of elixir. So he's going to go ahead and throw an Ice Wizard in the back here, and then I get my Spear Goblins in the back. So he comes in quickly with the Elite Barbarians and then logs just right out of the get-go. So pretty tough beginning there. We actually defended pretty well with the minor Ice Spirit, and then we kind of tank quite a bit here on the Ice Wizard, get our Spear Goblins down, then throw a Goblin Barrel so that the two of them can do some work together. He gets minions down again. Probably should have zapped the Goblin Barrel and then minioned, threw his minions down on the Spear Goblins. But now, see, here's the issue. The minions are coming in here. They clean up the skeletons. I don't have pretty much anything to counter that. If I had thrown down the Inferno Tower, the minions would have just distracted while the Royal Giant crushed it. So maybe overextended by getting my Spear Goblins down so much. I maybe need to hold back on the Spear Goblins so that we can defend a little better. Then he kind of pushes our King's Tower here and allows us, we've got his tower down to 860. 866, then check that out. Psychic Ice Spirit there. We were actually trying to push his right-hand tower. Then he wastes a zap spell, which allows me to throw this skeleton army down here. He holds off on the log wisely. It would not have done quick enough damage there. We get, check it out, we split up our units there. The log doesn't clip our Goblin Barrel there, and we bring it down to 146. So I'm confident that a poison spell can take out his right-hand tower, and I'm also confident that we can defend our King's Tower pretty decently here, and thankfully that's what he's pushing for. I think he would have done a much better job if he just would have pushed our left-hand tower. Then he comes in here, we freeze his Barbarians, then get a nice poison spell on the Barbarians, Ice Wizard, great combination, wonderful worth there. And then again, why isn't he logging this stuff? I don't know, but here comes his Elite Barbarians. Here comes his Witch. He probably wished that he had his Royal Giant at that point, but his rotation is a little funky right now. And we get an Inferno Tower here, and that kind of hurt, because I knew the Royal Giant's coming. We absolutely need to have the Inferno Tower for the Royal Giant. So I'm kind of panicking here, trying, so I'm going to cycle back around. I'm going to throw Ice Spirit down. I'm going to throw the Skeleton Army right in the middle, and what he does is he throws it to target the left-hand tower now. So this might not have been me winning because I played really awesome. It's kind of a me winning because he didn't really decide on a tower to take out, and he probably, most definitely would have taken out one of my towers if he just focused on one of them. So we're going to go in here with Goblin Barrel, Skeleton Army, completely swarm this. His log takes a little bit long to deploy there, and we've got his tower within log poison spell there. So I just need to defend against pretty much nothing. I just throw our miner down, I throw our poison down, it hits the tower, we end up taking it out, and I was shocked that we won that game after the beginning that we had. Pretty good. Probably needed to play a little bit more defensive in the beginning, and so while we jump into our live games, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I just recorded, or so I thought, these last 3 games, and they were so good, and I thought that the commentary while I was playing was spot on. Unfortunately, we had not apparently hit the record button, and that goes downhill fast, as you don't actually get anything. Because I don't have a whole lot more time tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and watch these 3 videos. We'll kind of go over how the battles went, and then I'll probably play one more live game just to see how that will go. And hopefully I can hit the record button on this one. Sorry about that, guys. All right, our first game here was against Lord Aiden. And this was a really, really fun game. I think we felt like we were kind of on the backs of our heels the entire game, but we're going to go ahead and throw an Ice Spirit down just to kind of cycle and see if he plays something. They usually do throw something down after that. He gets his Mega Minion down on the field, so we split our Spear Goblins in the back just to play really, really conservative, and then we throw our Goblin Barrel, which he throws a Ice Wizard down. So that wasn't really the best situation for us, and I know that he wants to back this up with something. So he gets his Royal Giant down, we get our Inferno Tower down, and you know he's going to zap, so we get our Ice Spirit down, and then our Skeleton Army. So without the zap anymore, he's forced to log, and they're able to chew through that Royal Giant quick enough. His Ice Spirit is coming in here. He's got somebody cheering for him. I felt like I needed to have people cheering for me as well. What can I say? I'm selfish. Here comes his Royal Elite Barbarians. We're going to throw so much elixir at this thing. Look at this. Fortunately, it does not get a swing off on the tower, but man, we barely prevented that from getting to our tower with quite a few kind of janky cards there. Here comes his Mega Minion, and again, I know that his Royal Giant's coming in, so we're going to throw the Inferno Tower over to the right so that it does not target onto the Mega Minion. It actually switches target once he zaps it, but without the log in rotation, our skeletons were able to eat through it easier than the last time. So he probably should have known that that was going to happen. He just didn't have quite enough elixir to get back around to it. Here comes the Ice Wizard again. We're just going to throw an Ice Spirit off to the side. It's like, Daddy! Hug to death. Here comes the Elite Barbarians again. We have our miner running up to his tower, which forces him to focus on that. And then we get our Skeleton Army down on the Elites, and at this point I realized this is going to hurt when the Royal Giant comes because we just used our Skeleton Army. Let's get our Inferno Tower down, get our Ice Spirit onto the Mega Minion. Our Spear Goblins are going to help out this, and we cycled quickly back around to that Skeleton Army, thankfully quick enough to where it doesn't get, that Royal Giant doesn't get too many hits off on the tower. The Mini P.E.K.K.A that we've seen for the first time here didn't do that much damage because we had a bunch of really, really small units down on the field, and this guy is going crazy fast. So what we're focusing on doing is countering what he's doing while also playing offensive. And what that forces him to do is maybe not attack in the best way. He's not using the log on our skeletons against his Elite Barbarians, which gives us a positive 3 elixir trade. Instead, he's using them on the Goblin Barrel that we're throwing at the same time toward his tower. And now we've got his tower down to 345, which you know what that means. It is soon to be dead. We're going to go ahead and throw down our poison spell here, catch that Musketeer Mega Minion combination there, and we really only need to get one more swing with something off here. His Zap spell does take out our Goblin Barrel, but the combination of the log poison was able to chip that tower down to nothing. And so really, really well played defending, pushing at the same time. And I really think that's kind of where this deck shines. If they're not able to attack and defend at the same time, you could really pick it apart if you get used to that concept of this deck. Okay, this one was a serious doozy. Don't know the name, but we're both kind of playing chip cycle control decks. He's going to go ahead and get his furnace down here. I really wish I had saved my ice spirit to deal with that furnace, because we're going to check that out. We're going to soak like 200 damage here. Get our Goblin Barrel over on this side, and it splits the little flame globbies there, which was nice. So our towers are going to be able to clean up that wave. I'm going to get my miner down on the furnace right when they come out there. And so what I decide to do is actually throw the log here on the princess, get our skeleton army down on the goblins, and then they're also going to run up here and stop another wave. And so that furnace just deals so much work. After he throws the other Goblin Barrel, we know he's a mirror Goblin Barrel deck, which is a pain to deal with, because you can throw your log on the first one, and then if you don't have, I don't have arrows or fireball, he's going to be able to deal damage unless you get that skeleton army around them, and that is also really, really easy to counter for him. And so we're kind of not pacing him at this point. He's getting quite a bit more damage off on the tower. He's 350 damage ahead of us approximately, and the furnaces are just eating us up. So we're going to go ahead and throw our Spear Goblins down here in anticipation to the Goblin Barrel. Then get our Miner over on that side. You can't forget to attack. Then I'm going to choose to kill the Princess and the Furnace, because that Furnace is dealing work. So let's just kill the Furnace and not worry about dealing damage to that left-hand tower. Unnecessary. I'm working on the right-hand tower. And then let's go. Let's go ahead and throw, I don't know what that was, skeleton army in the middle there. And then I'm going to conservatively, instead of throwing stuff over there, I'm going to throw our poison spell down here, because the poison spell isn't helping us on defense that much. His stuff is just really, really fast. And he takes advantage of that by throwing down his minion horde. And let's go ahead and deal with this Goblin Barrel. Split the minion horde up. The Inferno Tower kind of helped there a little bit. I don't really think it did that much. And let's go ahead and throw our miner down, our poison spell. Because he is now looking over at the right-hand side, our skeleton army just demolishes all of that. Then we go ahead and continue with a Goblin Barrel. He logs thinking it was a long throw, apparently, but that allows us to get another 100 damage off. So now we're looking good here against this guy. We're going to log away the princess. He's going to fireball, anticipating the skeleton army, which was wonderful, wonderful play there. And check this out, we're going to soak all of these skeletons over here. His log's coming in a little bit late. Our tower on the right is valiantly fighting against these skeletons. And check this out. Let's soak the fire spirits. We kill the minion horde with that. We're going to go ahead and take out this Goblin Barrel with the log. His fire spirit hits our tower, bringing it down to 444. And all we need to do is get another hit off, and our tower is at 168. Truly thought we were going to lose that. I think one more fire spirit, probably two more fire spirits would have taken it out, but you knew another fireball was coming. The guy had a mirror. He was going to fireball, and we barely took out that tower. And so really wish you could have seen the live game. It was way more epic live. At least I thought so. Not to mention, you see all the skeletons around the right-hand tower there? That thing was going to drop in like moments. That tower was going to be gone. Alright, Hunzi here was a fun competitor here. He is also playing with a minion horde. Miner wasn't in the last deck, but he's playing with the furnace as well. And so when I saw the furnace come out again, I thought, oh no, let's go ahead and Miner over here. He comes in quickly with the furnace hog combination, and we're going to get our Inferno Tower here to shut that down, and that does a great job dealing with the fire spirits and the hog. Then he's going to come in here with a miner, and we're going to get our ice spirit down to make sure that those fire spirits, that's the dangerous part. The fire spirits get into the tower, and then he's got a princess again. So very similar deck, except for this spell up here on the left, a free spell. And so that's going to play some interesting roles in this game here. I'm going to keep pressuring that side over on the right. He comes in with a group of skeletons that we're going to throw down Spear Goblins for. He freezes, and our goblins past the freeze spell, get up to that tower, and bring it down so far. Check it out. 70 damage. So one log can take off that tower on the right, so we're not going to worry about pushing that tower on the right, because if it has to go into a 2 overtime, ideally we will have gotten a bit more damage over on this left-hand side without the king tower assisting. So let's deal with the furnace with our miner there, which was nice. We've got a couple more skeletons running here, but his hog is going to come, and we're going to barely get our Inferno Tower down in time. Eat that hog alive. He doesn't have his free spell ready. Thankfully. Goodness. And now I'm feeling very good about this. We were just kind of sitting there thinking, let's just play really, really defensive here and hold off this game for the win, because I only needed one more crown for our crown chest, and we just about have it here. So soak a Fire Spirit. Check out this tech here. You soak a Fire Spirit, and then the Ice Spirit runs up there and kills 2 of the Fire Spirits again. Let's go ahead and throw our Poison Spell down on this minion horde. I thought that was a nice defense there as well. Then we're going to be able to log all of this mess away and also get our Inferno Tower down here, but his free spell happens immediately upon our Inferno Tower hitting the field. So that was a disappointment there. And his princess is going to start splashing our tower. It gets out of hand here. Look at this. It's getting out of hand. We need to be defending better. We go ahead and throw our miner down on his tower, and then our misplays like crazy. Minion horde's coming in here. He freezes. That one minion is doing work. That one minion won him this tower over here. We get our kind of Goblin Barrel over on the right hand side, and he spends his Fireball over on our left. So we're back in this kind of a little bit more even playing field, but at that point we got so much damage off on his left hand side because he was forced to expend quite a bit of elixir to get that tower last minute. So here he comes in with Minion Horde Skeleton Army Miner, because that pretty much worked on us last time, but he didn't have his free spell to give him that miraculous minion damage there. And then we are going to throw our miner down here to the tower. Goblin Barrel, bringing it down to 500, 400. Our Inferno Tower is going to get frozen again. We're going to go ahead and log the princess. A better play would have been to play the log back here to kill the skeletons and the princess, but, you know, in the heat of the moment, I'm not that pro. We get our goblins down here to help out against the minions. He's coming in here with a miner. I'm pushing with everything that I have, pretty much ignoring what he has over on the right-hand side, and we cannot get the tower out in time. So that was a really great draw against Hunzi. Unfortunately, we were unable to get the win. So let's try and redeem that. I'm going to play one more live game, and we're going to take it as it is. If it's a loss, we take the loss. Matrix 227. All right, I'm going to throw down the miner here. And I don't like playing against spawner decks, but we do have the poison spell. These spear goblins are going to be able to deal with the, that was supposed to be further over to the right. I don't even know if it's going to hit those barbarians. Let's go ahead and Goblin Barrel Skeleton Army. Good arrows on his part. Fortunately, those skeletons clean up a whole wave of those barbarians. I'm going to miner over here on the elixir pump, and then poison immediately. And then log, because what the log's going to do is knock those back into the poison longer, and they'll take more damage. Spear goblins. He's going to arrow. Let's go ahead and ice spirit this this madness right here. I am going to miner over here. Whoa, what's going on? Why isn't that dragon dying? Tower's gone. Okay, so tower down. Tower down here. I think he probably wants to arrow when we throw our Goblin Barrel. So let's go ahead and throw our Goblin Barrel. He's going to arrow. Okay. Wow, we really need to get a tower out here. I'm going to throw down Spear Goblins. Alright. Skeleton Army. Miner in the back. Poison. Log. Inferno Tower, because the prince is coming. You know the prince is coming. Let's make him use his arrows again so we can defend against the prince with the skeleton army. Ice Spirit. Just go ahead and throw down this poison spell here. Throw down the log. Throw down the skeleton army. If he arrows the skeleton army, we could potentially win out this game. Inferno Tower. Ice Spirit on the Inferno Dragon. Come out. No, 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 no. Kill that dragon. The dragon's going to get our tower again. Ah, Trogdor. Oh, good game, Matrix 227. Very well done. It's not every day that I get completely demolished by an Inferno Dragon, and we were even freezing the thing. We were freezing it with an Ice Spirit, and it still sat there above our tower. I needed to get a few more units down there to distract it, obviously. So, very good game. That's okay. I'm okay going out on a loss. I do need to get some sleep, and so we're going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoy this deck. This is actually a pretty popular deck that I've seen pretty regularly, so I hope that you guys take it out and have some fun with it. As always, I appreciate you stopping in and watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to come back for more gaming with bare hands. Have an awesome day. Make it amazing.